quiet town where the oak trees sway. The whistle of the train echoes through the day. People greet you with a nod. Nothing ever seems to change. Stories still unfold, each unique and strange. She grew up tough in a town we called home. Folks never took to her, no matter her tone. Longing to feel on the inside, longing for love just a little. She found herself as a guest in a nervous hospital. Weird Mary from Cedar Hill, she howls when she's blue, of sadness and shame under the southern moon. Her laughter echoes through the wind. She was never the same. Weird Mary from Cedar Hill, you'll remember her name. She stole her a soda, then she called him a jerk. In her own little world, she floats in the breeze among the town folk who whisper with ease. In a town that never understood her soul, she found beauty in the wild, let her story unfold. When the sun sets behind those Appalachian hills, Mary's voice it carries and the whole town chills. When Mary from Cedar Hill, she howls when she's blue, of sadness and shame under the southern moon. Her laughter echoes in the wind. She was never the same. Weird Champy from Cedar Hill, you'll remember his name. Good evening, good people. We had some solid hell in there. Weird Mary from Cedar Hill, she howls when she's blue, sadness and shame under the southern moon. TGIM, good people, what's happening? Wait, it's Monday, right? It is Monday. We missed you. Thank you, Danielle. Missed you guys too. Took the weekend off. Did I do anything? I didn't do much. You know, yard work, shopping, shit like that. Got myself a nice cafe. Figure out what we're going to do tonight. Mr. IT, we missed you. Thank you so much. I'm actually really excited about, there's a new feature coming to Suno where you can hum the beginning of a song or play the beginning of a song or just play a riff, and it will continue that song and make it for you. Which I think is really interesting. So if I've got that little bit of a song, and then it writes the rest of it. Is that my song, or is that AI? Yeah, AI Shazamish. It kind of is. It's kind of AI Shazam, but instead of identifying your song, it just writes it for you. The other thing, I got fed up with my internet, so I called Xfinity, and I got one of their stupid fucking modems. This was staggering. Okay, so I've been an Xfinity customer, I don't know, years, right? Because I like torture, and I have my air conditioner on. It got hot in here, so it's gonna be loud, but whatever. Okay, so I call them up. I'm like, hey, I got shitty internet. I'm thinking of leaving Xfinity. Can you give me a deal? And my internet sucks. Can we make it better? Sure. We got a package. It'll save you $30 a month. You even get a free security camera, and we'll send you out a modem. And I said, and the modem has a router in it, right? It's got Wi-Fi in it, correct? Yeah, it's a modem. Right. And it has Wi-Fi in it, correct? So it was, 40 minutes of just getting it going. I had to they texted me a link to a website where I had to go accept the deal, the terms of the deal with the thing. Then we're going to send you the thing, 3 to 5 business days. We're going to send you the modem. We're going to send you the camera. Good to go. All right. Woo! What a pleasant customer experience, customer service experience. 2 days later, a day ahead of their minimum, a box shows up from Xfinity. And I'm like, ooh, good internet's here. Woo! So I open the box. It's a big box. So I open the box. And there's one little box in it, like this big. And it's the camera and no router. So it picks up my telephone, and it dials on the rotary telephone dial. I goes to the olden-timey Google search, and I search Xfinity. Dial the number. And I'm on hold for, 20 minutes. And then I got on the call with someone who just didn't know what they were doing and couldn't understand them. And then I'm told, well, there's no order for a modem here. There's just an order for a camera. But I can sell you a modem because it says here that you've got your own modem. And we're going to send you, if you want your own an Xfinity modem, that's $15 a month. I said, no. I talked to a guy. He said it's included in the package deal. Do you see my conversation with the guy? Do you see the package deal? No. Okay, so now we're at 35 minutes. Can I talk to your supervisor? Sure, but they're going to say the same thing. Okay. So I get on the thing with the supervisor. And I say, here's the deal. And he's like, I see your thing here. Yeah, we can ship you out that modem there, but we need to complete the transaction for the camera we sent you. I said, okay, great. He goes, I can't do that. That's the home security division. So he put me on hold for another 5 minutes. We got the home security dude on who completed the camera transaction. And then he goes, okay, Kyle, we're going to get you set up with your little modem here. We're going to get it sent out. Oops, there's an error. The error is you've got your own modem, so I can't make a ticket to send this out unless I disable your modem. And I'm like, so I'm not going to have internet for 3 to 5 business days because you guys can't activate it after you send it? That is correct. That is correct, Mr. Shannon. I understand your frustration. Oh, do you? Do you? So what you're saying is, I got to drive to the fucking store anyway. I could have done a week ago. So I drove to the store, and he said, yeah, I'm going to have to disconnect your existing internet because you have your own modem, and I can't let you walk out of the store unless we change the code that you don't have your own modem, you have one of our modems. So anyway, if I'm glitching tonight, bad things are going to happen to someone at Xfinity. So anyway, it should be better. Unbelievable. Like, staggeringly unbelievable. Like, and it's just one of those things where you can't argue with it because it's like, all they've got is their system, and IT determined that if someone has their own modem, you have to disable that before you give them an Xfinity modem. That makes sense. But you should be able to send it to them before you disable it. And that wasn't in IT's specifications for that part of the software request. Oh my God. These fucking corporations. Like, does anyone from these corporations ever try to get service from their own fucking company? What can you or your audience share about reinforcement learning? Here's some things I could teach about reinforcement learning. If you've got Xfinity, what they reinforce is that they're assholes and you're worthless. That was my human reinforcement learning. This is definitely a Frank video. Oh, this is a Frank video, isn't it? That was pretty much a Frank rant right there, wasn't it? I think this would be a 10-minute Frank video. What do you think there, Champy? I'm getting my AOL CD. I got the best Model 56K. Can't best that, Kyle. Seriously, you know what? Honestly, Chris, a 56K modem at this point would probably be better than what I've got. Although, now that it's plugged in and turned on, I had to... My printer, my Canon printer, couldn't see its it could see its Wi-Fi, it couldn't connect to it. So I had to hardwire the fucking printer to that thing. So that was an hour wasted when I got home tonight. So I'm just in a ripping snot ass mood. So tonight's gonna be a little ranty.
You can make money with ChatGPT!
And these motherfuckers. You look like a YouTuber I watch, but a bit older. Thank you, I think. Wouldn't that be a fun one to start with a song continuation thing? That's a riff that I've played for like 15 years, and I've never figured out a song to put behind it. Kyle, you're saying the rabbit was more useful than Xfinity. By a lot. But any glitching so far? If there's no glitching, that's a good sign. I like it, Kyle. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like that song. There's something about that song. And I don't even really have a melody for it. It'd be cool to see what Suno comes up with. Da, 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 da. I don't know, man. I do not know. Tomorrow will be a screaming talk, really. So that's a tune you should turn into Suno when that feature comes out. Yeah, exactly. That's exact. Your rabbit never arrived. Oh, that sucks. Dust in the Windish. Yeah, it's definitely that. Dust in the Wind is. Wait. I close my eyes only for a moment, then a moment's gone. So same chord progression. Oh, good Lord, good people. Kyle, I think AI generalist will become a real career. We will be like AI conductors, like in a symphony. I think that's absolutely right. I mean, I think that is the skill. It's why BlackRock. Sorry, I had corn on the cob. I got corn on the cob in my teeth, so I'm just gonna pick them like a fucking monster. It's driving me nuts, though. It's like right in between the bottom two teeth. Yeah, I think that's the skill. It's BlackRock's CEO just said they're going to be hiring liberal arts analysts. Why? Because liberal arts people, tend to be good with words. Words in the new programming language. And liberal arts people tend to be generalists. Yeah. It's just I mean, if you think about that, like, I just... This is a thing that sort of melts my brain about this AI shit. For essentially all of time, if you wanted to get really good at one thing, you put in your 10,000 hours, right? You go get your degree. You put in your 10,000 hours on weekends and nights for 3 years, 4 years. And because of that, because you had to put in all that time for that one thing, you tended to do that one thing. And because doing that one thing was hard, the society rewarded that for kind of all of human history. And then off to the side were the theatricals. And the specialist always just kind of tolerated us. Yeah, we need you occasionally. Go design a thing. Yeah, go make the... Okay, could you make me a PowerPoint presentation? Thanks, you little design monkey. That's awesome. I made money again with ChatGPT. $500 for 3 hours of consulting. Awesome. Rock on. And so, all of a sudden, in the next 3 years, that equation's going to flip completely upside down. where people that spent 5 years, 10 years, 20 years doing a single thing, I'm a this, are getting commoditized out of the market. As the capability of generative AI goes up, the need for specialists goes down. Wait, up, down. Sorry, can't figure out which way to put my hands. And then the need for people that can think horizontally. So maybe you've got someone who's got deep expertise in something, but they've got a broad perspective. They're really good at critical thinking. They're really good at curating things from lots of different things, like creative directors and certain kinds of strategists that by the nature of their job, they have to look across disciplines, right? If you work at an agency, for example, especially a digital agency, you've got developers and you've got interface people, and you got UX people, and you got CX people, and you have account people, and you've got creative directors, and you got artists, and you got writers. So if you work in an environment where the business is pulling all that shit together, you go from being valuable because you can pull all that shit together to critical because all those specialists are not going to be needed. How far away are we from sentient AI? I don't know. And the sentience thing is a really interesting one. Is it actually sentient, or do we perceive it as sentient, and is there a difference? And that I don't know. But if you listen to the OpenAI, their release of GPT-4 Omni, and like if you watch that one video of the guy going, hey, how am I dressed for this job interview? And she's like, oh, you're looking okay. I mean, if you're going for a tech job, then he puts on the bucket hat and she's like, whoops, I don't know if that's the look you're going for. The engine sitting underneath that is not sentient, but it is beyond anthropomorphized, right? It's like the movie Her. So one definition of sentience is, do we perceive these things as sentient, whether they are or aren't? And if we do, does that change how we interact with them? Does that change things like, do you turn them off? Uh-oh. Bad people are here. So there's that. And then there's, do the devices themselves, or does the software itself ever attain sentience? And it might. If you listen to David Shapiro, he talks about, I think it was Claude 3 started showing signs of sentience. But it's relatively easy to argue that it's just a probability engine, and that what it's doing mechanically is mechanical and cold and unfeeling. The data it's been trained on is very human, which is why it feels so human. But I would have had a different answer 3 days ago. 3 days ago, they announced these brain organoids. I think it's a Swiss company. Is that right? And they've taken human stem cells and they've grown them into brain tissue. And they make these little organoids. I don't know why they call them organoids, other than that's what you would name them if you were making a science fiction movie and you wanted to freak people out. But what they have figured out how to do now is they can keep them alive a little bit longer. I think they were living like 10 hours. They basically starve of oxygen. They don't have a circulatory system. So they're trying to figure out like an oxygen-rich medium they can put them in. But they designed a chip that can hold 16 of these human brain tissue organoids in a computer chip that you can interact with. It's an actual neural network. So neural networks, the things that make all of this generative AI stuff possible, are computer systems that were designed to mimic how we think the brain works. Well, these things are how the brain works. They take very little power, and apparently they can learn quite quickly, and you have to give them, like if you just train them on stuff, they don't do well, but if you give them rules, they learn really quickly. So all of a sudden we go from this thing being a probability engine to this thing being a set of inputs and outputs to 16 pieces of brain tissue. That fucking thing could get sentient pretty fucking quick, right? Kyle, could you do a Zapier Automation demo tonight? I mean, enough people were interested. Oh, if enough people were interested. I can do... Yeah, if enough people are interested, I'm happy to do a Zapier Automation thing. It's going to be a really simple one. I'd almost rather do it tomorrow, Danielle, just so I can prepare. Oh, wait, tomorrow's a salon. Oh, tomorrow's an AI salon, by the way. If you don't know what the AI salon is, you should go there. Go to the salon.ai. And click on the first link that says AI Salon Community and go check out what the salon's about. On the welcome page, you'll see what we're about, what our values are. And then we have a really cool speaker tomorrow night. And, okay, who gets 15 minutes of fame tonight? Perplexity Research, Anthropic EXT tools. I don't know what those are, but I heard about them, but I haven't played with them yet, but that could be fun. Mid-Journey High Level, Custom GPT Building, Daily Jank with Frank, Salon Show and Tell, and I'll put a seventh one in there. Can we update this with Zapier Automation? I don't know if you can update this. But anyway, that's kind of... No. AI Salon tomorrow, yay. Oh, that was the old poll. Okay, great. Can we use desolder to implant into my Raspberry Pi Zero? Well, apparently these brain chips are available. I don't know what available means. I haven't looked into it because I'm not a scientist. I'm not a researcher. So I don't know how you get these things, what the requirements are, shit like that. Maybe it's like, if you can figure out how to make a brain organoid, here's the chip you can put it on. I need my other glasses, because these are my driving glasses. Oh, here they are. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. We're driving people crazy. Hey, listen, yeah, so I went to that AI Learning Lab thing, and it might have been a different one than you were talking about. The one I went to, it just seemed like an older fella kind of just talking. I stayed for 45 minutes, but he never really finished a sentence. And so I was just wondering, was that was the one that you say you go to every night? That was that one? Really? Yeah. No, it was interesting. It was really interesting. No, he didn't talk about AI. No, he talked about his dog, and he screamed at the Xfinity people a lot. There was something about Comcast. He seemed very upset. He was agitated. He seemed agitated. You know what it seemed like? It seemed like there was a... like if he were medicated, he had missed a day or two. That's what it seemed like to me. I was coming in sort of expecting, it to be like a class, and he would teach us things, but it was really more of a dog singing, man screaming kind of situation. So I don't know if that was the show you wanted me to see instead of the Game of Thrones reruns. Interesting. I know if that works for you, I think I'm just I love you. I love you. Okay. Anyway. All right. And scene. Okay, new poll. New poll, people. You got 5 minutes. Okay, so what are we going to do tonight? Play with Zapier, make songs about Zapier, more talk, more ChatGPT, more brain talk, brain organoid talk, more GPT talk, image generation, storm Xfinity HQ. I might call for that anyway. Listen, if the previous president, could call for his followers to storm the Capitol, I think we could get Xfinity to suck a little less. Okay, so the poll is right there. That little clipboard thing. It's a clipboard, I now know. Right there. So click on that. You go like this. And then you should also be tapping down here, or I guess anywhere. Tap my face. Just do like this. Or get your grandkids to do this. Grandpa, my finger's tired. Shut up. Keep tapping. It's because we need the likes. We need the likes. Otherwise, TikTok's not going to... They're not going to send people here, okay, people? All right, people? Kyle, what AI tool would you like to see that hasn't been introduced? There's two that I really want. I'm trying to think which one I want first. I think I'd like reasoning first, but I think we're going to get agents first. For me, the things that haven't been launched yet, or like agents have been launched pseudo in open source a little bit, but they're not really ready for prime time. I would like to see autonomous agents that don't suck. And I would like to see reasoning. And so reasoning is, you know how when you type something into ChatGPT and it spits out that answer, and like a lot of times the answer sucks? What if, rather than just vomiting out the answer based on the probability of the tokens, it did the probability of the tokens thing and then took a moment to look at the answer and said, hey, here's the question, here's the answer. What do we think, Bob? Did we get it right? Oops, nope, it's wrong. Let's try again. That I would love. Because it seems to me this is a guy with an acting degree telling scientists how to do their job, but like, it's a second system, I think, right? You've got one system that generates the response, then you have another system that looks at it, analyzes it somehow. Because these LLMs are good at that shit. They're good at analyzing stuff. So why not combine those two? So I'd love to see that. And then autonomous agents. Go book me flights. Go write my email. Go solve some shit. Write letters to the people that haven't paid. And off they go. And they just check in with you every once in a while. Hey, Kyle, here's the emails you asked me to do. How are they? They suck. All right, I'm off to write some more. Vote by clicking on the clipboard. Okay, yeah, this is the poll that's still up. We've got a minute left. Do you want to play with Zapier, make songs about Zapier, talk about brain organoids, talk about ChatGPT, do some image generation, or complain more about Xfinity? Vote now or Suno will win the vote, please. I'll tell you what, if they give me access to that, I'm going to go look at Suno right now and see if they gave us access to that new feature. What's new? Suno playlists are searchable. No, that's not the feature we wanted. Don't have it. You're safe, Mr. T. Mr. IT. Mr. T. I pity the fool. Oh, did you guys see the ElevenLabs sound effects maker? We have hit AGI when AI is good enough to make fart sounds that are indistinguishable from humans. We're there. I so need an agent or two. Xfinity Frank. Okay. Poll is over. Play with Zapier, 40%. More ChatGPT talk, 32%, and then image generation. Okay, we can do that. Just realized I can get double the taps when tapping the trackpad and screen on my iPad. Oh, that's really good. I like it. That's solid. Let's go Frank, Mr. Kyle. Let's go Frank Kyle. All right. Idiocracy achieved. Exactly. I pressed Zapier by mistake. Oh! Xfinity Frank video has potential to go viral. Yeah, maybe we should do that. Maybe we'll do Zapier Wednesday. Why don't we do that? Danielle, hold me accountable. So tomorrow, because I'm going to have because I'm doing a salon, my brain's going to be fried. But Wednesday, I'll prepare a little bit ahead of the thing, so I'll have some slides ready, and I'll make sure that my Zapier. Don't do Zapier. Yeah, we'll do Zapier on Wednesday. Just remind me to do that. All right. Yeah, it's hair. It seemed like he freshly glued hair. Seems to be holding its own. Frank needs to talk about how AI could help Xfinity. Oh, that's not a bad idea. This is why I love the pivots. Welcome to Chat ADD. Well, I think it was Friday. Brandon or someone put up a poll, and I predicted that I wouldn't follow anything from the poll. And like, not only did I not follow anything from the poll, like I didn't do anything close to what we talked about in the poll. Let's vote what kind of project we can do with Zapier. Here's the problem with Zapier. The problem with Zapier is that Zapier is essentially programming. And it's boring as snot. Like, troubleshooting it when your API call isn't working is sometimes a 45-minute rabbit hole, only to discover, like, you logged into your wrong account, or you didn't have the right API key, or your API key expired, but it takes you 45 minutes to fucking figure that shit out. That's the problem with Zapier. Like, conceptually, it's really easy. You have these little Lego blocks, you have inputs, then you process them, then you have outputs. But you have to connect all these different accounts, and you got to get them talking to each other, and then you think you got it going, but then you don't. So that's my only hesitation is if this were not on TikTok, if this were more like a YouTube live stream, and I was just like letting the thing stream while I'm working, then something like that's probably a little more digestible. I'm trying to understand what happens to the ChatGPT model when it's asked to act like something. Okay, Mud, let me tell you. It's a really good question. All right, we're pivoting. Lori, this one's for you. Lori's with another provider other than Xfinity or other than Mac. I find it easier. Oh, you find Make easier than Zapier. I know. You know what? I tried. Hang on. My bottom of my. Hang on. My bottom of my tripod is. Oh, all my screws are loose. Whatever. Okay. Yes, a pivot. Okay. All right. This is GPT-4. Or actually, it's GPT-4 Omni now. GPT-4o. Let's see if you open it up. What's in there? Well, wouldn't you like to know? That's for Sam Altman to know and for you to suck an egg. But inside this box is as much of the public internet as they could get their hands on. And then they run it through this thing called this transformer architecture that takes the documents it ingests, and it does what's called embeddings. It embeds it. It basically turns the words in the documents into what are called vectors. So they're mathematical numbers in 1,000-dimensional mathematical space. And I know it makes it sound, that sounds like I just fucking made that up. 1,000-dimensional vector space. But that's what it is. So inside this box is 1,000 or more dimensional vector space. And there's all these vectors. What's a vector? You know, in an XY chart, you've got a point on the XY axis. This is a 2-dimensional vector space. And so if you're like up 3 and over 7, 3 comma 7, that's that point in space. So imagine that times 1,000 with trillions of points of light. That's what's in this box. Okay. Does this matter? Well, a little bit. This, you can build lots of things on top of this. One of the things built on top of this is this. That looks like printer ink, Kyle. No, it is not printer ink. This is ChatGPT. ChatGPT 4, GPT-4. ChatGPT 4o, ChatGPT 4o. So when you switch ChatGPT 4o to ChatGPT 4, it goes to that box. Okay? That doesn't really matter right now. You asked about when I say act like a marketer, why does it get better? Okay. Couldn't I just say act like you know everything? No. Well, sort of. If you want it to be a smart-ass know-it-all, yes. But here's why. Okay. So in this box is all of the knowledge, right? Or all of the knowledge that was on the public internet. Andrei Karpathy explained this, and I thought this was a really good explanation of it. He said this. He said, if you want to understand a specific mathematical equation, you say, hey, tell me about this specific mathematical equation. And ChatGPT says, okay, he asked about a specific mathematical equation. Hey, all of the knowledge of the public internet for the past 70 years. Tell me about this mathematical equation. In this knowledge base, think of it kind of like the Grand Canyon. In all the canyon, there's all these little sub-canyons and things like that. And when you just say, tell me about this mathematical equation, it's basically the helicopter's really high above the Grand Canyon. It's looking down in all the nooks and crannies. And in one of the nooks and crannies is a math professor from Stanford that actually invented that equation. And then in some other nook and cranny are a bunch of students who were studying with that guy, and they were really smart about it. And then also in those nooks and crannies were a bunch of football players that were forced to take a math class so that they could graduate, and they tried to understand that fucking equation, but they didn't care. And they wrote a bunch of joke answers to that stupid math equation. So if you just ask all of the Grand Canyon, tell me about that math equation, it'll essentially pull anything that's relevant to that prompt and kind of amalgamate it and give you its highest probability answer. So mixed in with the good shit is the bad shit. So if you say, I want you to act like a Stanford mathematics professor that came up with that equation, and I want you to tell me about it, what it does is it sort of lowers the helicopter into that little sub-canyon where that specialty knowledge is, and it's only returning the specialty knowledge. So if you say, I want you to act like you know everything, you're just sort of, generalizing the problem, which is why you get such high hallucinations, is because it's pulling from all the shit. And in all the shit is a lot of shit. Does that make sense? All right. Box metaphor done. Shoom. Kyle, that makes sense. Thank you, B, for the people. Appreciate that. It's wild. Okay, here's another thing. And it's the reason's exactly the same. So one way you can use ChatGPT is you can say, I want you to act like that math professor, I want you to act like a auto mechanic, whatever it might be. The other thing you can do is retrain yourself. Ah, good, Mud. Thank you, light bulb. Awesome. Great. Glad that makes sense. Here's another thing you can do, Mud, is what Google has trained us for 20 years is give me the least amount of words in that search box as possible. Make it as efficient as possible. And then I will, with all my fancy-ass algorithms, try to go find you sites that are relevant to that. It tells you to eat rocks. I like to eat rocks. I like rocks. With ChatGPT, don't think of it like a search and response, like a prompt and response. Think of it more like a conversation. So rather than just saying, hey, I want you to write me a marketing plan, say, hey, I'm starting a business, and here's what my business is about, and here's what I'm all about, and I want you to act like a marketing expert, and then what do you think of my business? And then it's going to respond and tell you what it thinks of your business. And none of that's actually relevant to where we're headed. But why you do that is because you're adding all this context around what you're talking about. So it's increasingly narrowing the expertise that it's pulling from, right? So if you start out, you tell it you're starting a business, and you want it to be different than every other business out there, and you want to start with the marketing, and you don't even have a name for the business, and maybe we're going to come up with a name for the business, and maybe even before you have it give you names, you have it write a creative brief based on all the other shit you said, give you a creative brief, let it write the creative brief, and then say, now give me 20 names based on that creative brief. So now you've done, 5 minutes of conversation that's just increasingly narrowing the expertise of this thing to solve your specific problem. So it's completely opposite from a Google search. More context, better answers. All right. One of my fave channels. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Kyle. Wait, is Daisy the one who's in government? Yes, Lunastick is. She's the one that is wicked smart. She's wicked smart about the government. She was an elected official in Utah, I believe. And yeah, she's really good at this stuff. And in fact, I'm talking to her about maybe doing some sort of advocacy or political group within the AI Salon. ChatGPT's really helped me to develop an advanced Excel workbook. Wow, cool. I learned what questions to ask. That's awesome. Yeah, so in the AI Salon, we've got a new framework that we're building. We're kind of re-architecting the AI Salon around this new framework. And the framework it's a 3-part framework. In fact, let me show it to you. We're having a pivot. Yeah. Well, I'll read you this thing. So the framework is play first, mindfully create, and generously lead. Those 3 things. AI Salon, play first. We are a talented group of misfits, change makers, and those brave enough to face the terrifying uncertainty and exciting inevitability of generative AI head on. We gather to support and inspire one another to step into the unknown together. On this journey, we play first, mindfully create, and generously lead to rediscover ourselves and reinvent the work we do. If we succeed on our journey, we just may bend the arc of humanity ever so slightly toward the light. So that's what the Salon's about. But this journey of these 3 things, play first. So with AI, it's so fucking overwhelming that rather than try to learn AI or try to master AI, you can't. It's changing too fast. There's absolutely too much to learn. So just play. Play first. Joyfully exploring generative AI, gaining the knowledge and inspiration to mindfully create. So if you play enough and sort of figure out what these things can do, then you can start to do things like mindfully create, surprising ourselves and powerfully meeting challenges, unleashing us to generously lead others, enriching lives, redefining what's possible, and unlocking a new era of human achievement. All right? So if you're just trying to figure this shit out, take the pressure off yourself that you have to fucking solve it. You can't solve it. You can't learn it. There's not a course to take. If you want to go build large language models and get a degree in mathematics and go to do that shit, there's lots of courses. If you want to understand how to use ChatGPT in the world, nobody knows how to do that right now. And it keeps changing. So that's what this journey's about. Play first, mindfully create, generously lead. And in that mindfully create section, do what you can to solve problems. Solve other people's problems or create an art project where you're building toward an outcome. Because in doing that, you'll actually discover what these tools are good at and what they're not good at. And that's actually learning what these things cannot do is probably more important than learning what they can do. We're on Mighty Networks. Yes. Where do you find people that act like this and believe this shit? You find it there. Go to the salon.ai. That's going to take you to a link tree. You click on the first link in the link tree that says AI Salon Community, and that's going to pop you into our Mighty Network server. And it's going to drop you here. And that thing I just read to you, we're actually going to swap that out. I've got to swap it out before the meeting tomorrow if I can. We're going to swap it out and put it in here. Here's our values. And we've got new values. We've got five new values now. They're rewritten, consolidated. We added 2 more, consolidated the rest into 5 total. This is why I feel so at home in this community. Well, this community is just, I mean, the amazing thing about the values in this community is that these values come out of who we are already. And here's why you articulate values in an organization like this. You articulate them because as the organization grows, there's going to be a point at which it grows so much or so fast that there are more people that don't know what it is than do know what it is. So if you talk to the irregulars, the people that have been coming to this channel for more than a year, every night, they come every fucking night, they know what this is about. They embody these values that I'm about to read to you. As the organization grows and you get more people in that don't know that, they're like, well, I want it to be this. I want it to be that. No. This is already a thing. So why we articulate the values is here's the stuff we don't want to lose. All right, hang on. Oops. I had to do one of those prove you're human things. Okay. Trying to connect. A coworker and I created a GPT for humorous replies to customer service inquiries. It works. Oh, that's awesome. That's super cool. Okay, so here's the values. But can you, am I still here? Looks like I am. It looks like, let me see. Let me try reloading this. Yeah, now it's good. Okay. All right, so here's the values. Curiosity. We're eager to ask the obvious questions, learn new things, and experiment. Our relentless quest for adventure and exploration ignites our inner spark, transforming our curiosity into unexpected discoveries and newfound passions. This bottom part of curiosity, unexpected discoveries and newfound passions, that's what I see daily in this community, in the AI salon, and anyone who's learning AI is just people fucking reinventing themselves. It's amazing. So we want people that are curious. I also, one of the questions I got, we wrote this first thing. We are eager to ask the obvious questions. I'll tell you why I put that in there. In my career, I've been around, as you can tell, for many years. In my career, every single time that there was a major fuck up, every single time without fail that there was a major fuck up. Like the night we had built the website for Nancy Friday, who's an author, and her husband is Norman Pearlstein, who's the editor-in-chief of Time Inc., most powerful man in publishing. And we threw a launch party for her book's website. And we didn't have internet, and we didn't have the website backed up on a local hard drive. And so we were like thrown into corners by Mr. Pearlstein, who said, "I want to know whose fucking heads are going to roll." It was fucking awful. So every single fuck up that I've ever experienced that has been at kind of, magnitude level 11, could have been prevented had someone asked the obvious question. So the obvious question is, hey Kyle, why does telling a large language model to act like something work? Or, hey Kyle, what does LLM mean? Or like whatever you think is the obvious question that most people are afraid to ask that question. Because I guarantee you, if you get an answer to it, someone else also had that same question and was afraid to ask it. So that's why we start with that. All right, that's the first one, curiosity. Second value, playfulness. We value creativity, joy, and the freedom to experiment. We play first and transform learning into a captivating journey. We collaborate and mindfully create together when we can to learn more, make friends, and develop new circles of trust. Remember, all work and no play is how we did things before the AI salon. Empathy. We are respectful, inclusive, and kind. We value diverse perspectives, recognizing that our differences make us stronger. We accept that people might be afraid and angry, and we work to understand them. That one's so important. When you tell someone about AI and they're like, "You're an asshole," or, "Oh my God, is it going to kill us all?" Don't judge that. This shit's scary. This shit is, for a lot of people, going to be very existential. And for a lot of people, it's going to blindside them. We actively practice gratitude and acknowledge the efforts and successes of those around us. Humans matter. Bravery. We have the courage to step into the unknown, taking bold actions in the face of fear and challenging ourselves to push the boundaries of what we thought possible. Let's face it, with everything changing as fast as it is, we're all making this up as we go along anyway. Might as well be brave about it. Suck it up, Buttercup. That's a very Gen X. I'm sure we're going to trigger some Gen Zers with that one, but that's okay. And then the last one, generosity. We are willing to share our resources, feedback, and wisdom with others and support each other's growth and development. There is so much happening and so much to learn, we can't possibly keep up with it all. Understand that even if something is obvious to you, it might be a profound revelation to someone else. Learn out loud. Share what you know. Generously lead. My question, what is a GPT? Exactly. Perfect. You put a smiley face there, so I assume you know. But I just talked about it before, but I'm happy to talk about it again. Anyway, aren't those cool? Many people are scared of AI. They are. And you know what's funny, B, for the people, is in nearly all cases, and I think this is with fear in general, that fear comes out of ignorance. And not ignorance like they're dumb, ignorance like they haven't tried it. Most people that I know that are angry about AI, that are terrified of it, that think it's going to ruin everything, that's going to destroy everything, haven't actually used it. And that's essentially why this channel exists. So that, I can get as many people as possible just to try it. Like, listen, if you try AI and you really try it on, and you play first and you mindfully create, and then you teach people what you're doing, and in that journey, in doing that, what you discover is you fucking hate it, I have mad respect for that. I have mad respect for that. But if you're sitting on the sidelines with your arms crossed and you're like, AI is stupid, AI is theft, AI is the best plagiarism machine. Oh, recycle, reuse, you really don't know. Okay, I'll tell you. I will tell you what ChatGPT is. We'll go play with it. Huge gratitude to Kelly Bosch for taking the time to do Weird Mary from Cedar Hill. Oh, that's what we need to do. We need to go show the world premiere of the Weird Mary from Cedar Hill official video. So, reuse whatever your name reuses. I forget the first part of it. I'll come back to talking about what ChatGPT is, but we are going to go. There's Matt Wolf. We are going to go. So if you go to the AI Learning Lab YouTube channel, or if you go to my channel here on TikTok, it's the latest video. But let's see. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, so this video right here, Weird Mary from Cedar Hill. So if you weren't here when we made this, my son played League of Legends and had AI guru like ChatGPT coaching him in real time while playing. Oh, that's awesome. That's amazing. Okay, so here we go. Let me pause this for a second. All right, so here's what you're looking at. About 3 weeks ago, someone had asked about Udio, one of the music making things. And we went down a deep, deep rabbit hole in here, and we wrote this song. And so the lyrics for this song were sort of, collaborated with all the irregulars, the people that come in here on a regular basis. We're sort of shouting out ideas. We were making the lyrics better. But we made this song, and it ended up being a really good song. And then I reached out to one of my favorite artists right now on all of the internets, is this woman named Kelly Bosch, Boesch. If you haven't seen her TikTok channel, you have to. You have to see the videos she does. So I reached out to her and I said, hey, how would you like to do a collab on this song? And so she did. She said, I'm down. So this is, we launched it today. So this is the official video for Weird Mary from Cedar Hill, written by myself and the irregulars here in the AI Learning Lab, and then video by Kelly Bosch. So here we go.
Cedar Hill is a quiet town where the oak trees sway. The whistle of the train echoes through the day. People greet you with a nod. Nothing ever seems to change, but the stories still unfold, each unique and strange. She grew up tough in the town we called home. Folks never took to her, no matter her tone. Longing to be on the inside, longing for love just a little. She found herself as a guest in the nervous hospital. Weird Mary from Cedar Hill, she howls cries when she's blue, of sadness and shame under the southern moon. But when the sun sets behind those Appalachian hills, Mary's voice it carries and the whole town chills. She walked to the gas station, winked at the clerk. She stole her a soda, then she called him a jerk. In her own little world, she floats in the breeze among the townsfolk who whisper with ease. In a town that never understood her soul, she found beauty in the wild, let her story unfold. Her laughter echoes in the wind, she was never the same. Weird Mary from Cedar Hill, you'll remember her name.
Huh? How good is that? Love that. Love it. I know, Silver Fox. Isn't it so good? It's so good. I love that. The last frame. Her in front of that cypress tree. That's just creepy as shit. Side hustle Mimi, amazing. Eee! It loves to critique. Okay, let's see. Very cool. If I saw this 10 years ago, I'd be amazed. I mean, if I saw this a year ago, I'd be amazed. That is fantastic. What's the name of that AI, please? Okay, so the song was made with Udio, udio.com. And it's... I think it's still free. A free account, you get like 600 generations a month. A paid account, you get 1,200. And you can just kind of roll the dice. Let's see. A jazz song about a midnight train to nowhere. All right. We're going to auto-generate the lyrics. And so you just hit create. And then it does that. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's good, Brandon. So we'll come back to that. Hang on, let me just go grab this GPT. Oh, I love that image. Who did that image? Mimi. Side Hustle Mimi. This is the tsunami of AI that's coming. That is such the right image. It is such the right image. So cool. All right, let me pop that up. Okay, I've got it there. Let me just move it over here so I can find it again. Okay. A logical reasoning GPT for complex insights by Community Builder. Okay, so we'll play with this. Where do you share and post the song? How do people find it? So right now, it's posted in the Irregulars channel on the AI Salon. It's at the AI Learning Lab YouTube channel, and then it's also on my personal Twitter account, at Kyle Shannon. But I would say the YouTube channel is where to go. So it's the AI Learning Lab YouTube channel is at AI Learning Lab -TT. I wasn't quick enough to get the real one. So -TT. Or just go look up Weird Mary from Cedar Hill official video. And then here, let me show you another cool thing from that. There's the cover. The album cover. Weird Mary from Cedar Hill. Okay. So, my question. What is a GPT? Perfect. Okay. I'm going to go back to the box. All right. Let's see. Yeah, this is good. Okay. So we have this, and we have this. So I'll do it conceptually first. So this is what they call the frontier model. The underlying model that, when they talk about a large language model, think of it like a box full of all of the knowledge. Well, not all of the knowledge. As much of the knowledge they could glean off the public internet, right? So they used all sorts of fancy-ass web scraping tools. They effectively compress that knowledge into this new way of compressing it and searching it called a transformer, that transforms it from words and papers and documents into a mathematical space with these things called tokens. It doesn't fucking matter. But it's 1,000-dimensional mathematical space. Okay, that's GPT. So when you hear them talk about GPT-4 or GPT-4 Omni, that's the underlying model. ChatGPT sits right there. This is an application that actually, when you log in and you see the little prompt and it's got those little starter questions, and you type in your prompt and it gives you an answer, and it can write code and it color codes, all that. That's an application that the people at OpenAI wrote that sits on top of this. And that's why, if you go, you'll sometimes hear people say, "Oh, Microsoft Copilot is free ChatGPT 4." It's not really. They both use the same underlying model, but this is ChatGPT, this is Copilot. And Copilot got lobotomized shortly after it came out, so it still hasn't caught up. Okay, so anyway. GPT-4, ChatGPT, and then what do they name the little customized things? GPTs, because why not confuse the fuck out of people? So this is a custom GPT. Well, this is actually a guitar interface for something, whatever. Doesn't fucking matter. A custom GPT is a very specific kind of small, focused version of ChatGPT. So this is the general thing. You can ask it anything. A custom GPT sits on top of this. And so you can make your own custom GPT. It's actually quite easy. So that's it conceptually. So let me go show you what that actually looks like in practice. So you go to chatgpt.com. And so if I'm here, this is that blue bottle, right? The blue bottle of ChatGPT. Let me make this a little bigger. Okay, so there's your little pre-prompted questions, right? Or you can type in your own. So I can say, write me a poem in the style of an Eminem rap that explains quantum mechanics. And it will do that. Great. Now, come up with a game based on that poem. Quantum Quest, story mode, challenge mode, multiplayer mode. Great. Now write the code for me. Great. Now write the code for me. Okay. Now it's doing the code. So if you haven't played with ChatGPT, you should. Because I'm just dicking around. But, and, you know, will this code work? I don't know. Probably. It's surprisingly good. And it's still going. Okay. Now, you'll notice over here on the left, I've got my prompt history. So this is all my prompt history. And then up at the top here, I've got these things called GPTs. So those are those like iRig things sitting on top of the blue bottle. And you can say explore GPTs. So if I say explore GPTs and I go to the writing section, for example, here are some specific GPTs that people out in the world created. So here's an AI humanizer, the number one AI humanizer in the world. Get human-like content in seconds. This GPT humanizes AI-generated text, maintaining content, meaning, and quality. Now supports multiple languages beyond English. So there's some writing ones. Here's productivity ones. Research ones. So anyway, you can search these. So my very first GPT I ever made, I love hawking this one because it's fun. It's called Sin City Sipper. So if you go to ChatGPT right now and you click on Sin City Sipper, so now we're in ChatGPT, but we're in a subset of it that I have written a specific prompt that says, I just want a GPT that's its only purpose in life is to make cocktail recipes. And it's a Vegas bartender with a twist on the classics. Hashtag bartender, hashtag mixology. And then I've got these little pre-written questions, and they're all about it being a bartender. So reinvent the margarita for me. So I click on that, and it comes up with a drink recipe for us. And then it actually starts making the image of the drink. But let's see what it created. High roller margarita, 2 ounces of premium tequila, reposado or añejo, Grand Marnier, nice, lime juice, agave nectar, orange bitters, gold salt for rimming, nice, and then a lime wheel, and edible gold leaf for garnish. And so there's your instructions on how to make it. And there's your drink. There's the photograph of your drink ready for your menu, right? So custom GPTs are these things that allow you to just... I've got another one that makes pictures of 70s muscle car resto mods, and it makes them look like a poster you would have hung on your walls in the 1970s. And it's awesome and fun. And then some of them are super serious. We did a project between New Year or Christmas and New Year's where we got as many people as we could, and a lot of the people in this channel that are irregulars, and we built as many GPTs as we could for nonprofits. And in a 24-hour period, this community built 150 GPTs. It was amazing for nonprofits. Now, one of the challenges of GPTs is that they historically have only been available to people that pay the $20 a month subscription to ChatGPT. Most people weren't doing that. So OpenAI just made these things available for everyone. And I'm actually going to go check something, because as of 4 days ago, you still couldn't make images with a free account. Let's see if they've changed that. My guess is they're not going to change that until they launch the new image generation tool for paid members, is my guess. But let's see. So if I go to ChatGPT, all right, And if I go to Sin City Sipper, let's make a classic martini classier. Come on. We'll see if it can actually make an image yet. Nope. All right. I can't create images right now. So get ChatGPT Plus to create images and more. So they've got that part of it hobbled. But you can still use the GPT. So especially if you're using things for writing or things that do advanced data analysis, things like that, you can do all that. Now, even though it can't generate images, it does have, you can upload images to it and have it analyze images you upload, even with the free version. So let's close that. Does that answer your question? So it's like work is already done. Yes, exactly. Exactly. It's like someone who's super passionate about a topic has pre-prompted ChatGPT to do something specific for you. So like maybe someone's super into gardening or flower arranging or interior design. They can create a GPT that's trained on their specific knowledge. They can prompt it in a specific way. They can even upload, like if they've written a book about the theory of, feng shui in interior design, they can upload a PDF of their book and use that as the knowledge base for that GPT so you can interact with their book. I made a custom Excel wizard GPT and it blew my mind. I'm light years ahead of my coworkers now. So I don't know how to say your name. Wait, Maka. I don't know how to read Cyrillic letters, but I got Mach. But yes, exactly. You can, these GPTs. Here's the other thing about GPTs that I find amazing. They're so easy to make. In fact, should we just make one? They're so easy to make that you can make them, can ChatGPT highlight, colorize changes you make to a document you upload? I don't know. Let's try. So I'm going to export this as a Word doc. That's a really good question. Okay, so I'm going to go to ChatGPT, prompt. Make one. Yeah, okay, we'll make a GPT as well. Oh, here's what I was going to say about GPTs. You can make them very informally, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. Even though that what you're creating when you create a custom GPT is an incredibly sophisticated application that has all of the power of ChatGPT 4 Omni sitting underneath the hood, you can make really trivial GPTs or really short, limited audience GPTs. And I'll give you an example. Peter Kaminsky was the first one to... He told me this, and I just lost my mind. It broke my brain. He said, "Hey, Kyle, I just got off a conference call with 4 other people, and I took the transcript of that call, and I used that as the knowledge base for the GPT. So I created a GPT about that phone call, and I sent it to the 4 people that were on the call, and I said, hey, the call notes for what we talked about are in here, so you can ask this GPT about what we talked about, and it will know." Like that just blew my mind, because when I typically think about software development, you're like, I've got to make this really powerful app that's going to change the world. And no, you could make one that just remembers what you talked about in that call. It's like, holy shit. Okay. So we're going to try a little experiment here. The experiment question was, if I upload a document, can you have ChatGPT, make changes to it, and then highlight those changes. So that's what we're going to try to do. So I'm going to upload from the computer. Salon mission statement. So it's got the Salon mission statement in there. I'm going to say, what is the mission statement at the top of this document? Question mark. All right. Looks like it got it right. Perfect. Perfect. Now I want you to add a sentence at the end that talks about how much we like turtles. Period. And of course, we really like turtles. Great. Now, I want you to add that sentence to the uploaded Word doc, and I want you to highlight that sentence you added so that I can see that it's different. We should get, it says analyzing here. So it's what it's actually doing right now is writing Python code. So it's using its advanced data analysis to actually rewrite the document. Hopefully it's going to add that sentence in and highlight it in some way. My instinct is this is going to work. I've added the sentence, and of course we really like turtles, to the mission statement and highlighted it for visibility. You can download it here. All right. So there it is. And it looks like it did it. So if I go, we'll go here, we'll go open, go upload, browse, updated. Why can't it, why did that not work? Come on. All right, fuck it. We'll open it in Microsoft Word. I was hoping I didn't have to do that. Yep, look at that. Beautiful. It did it. Hey, Ma, it rewrote the Word file, added the sentence, and highlighted it. So yes, the answer is yes. My Excel workbook is so heavy with formulas now, the laptop struggles. That's hilarious. Yes, it can, Jenu said. Yep. Dang, yep. I forgot you can upload transcripts. Yeah, I mean, astounding, right? And so you can have it do, like, one of the things it's amazing at, it can clean up data. So you can upload something with really shitty, dirty data in it and tell it to identify what's dirty about the data, clean it up, and rewrite the spreadsheet for you with clean data in it. Can AI do prayers in specific topics? Yeah, I mean, it's a large language model. It can do anything that involves language, which religion is nothing but, for the most part. You know, and the faith part, but you know, how we communicate the faith part is through language, right? So it's really good at that stuff. It's really good at, like, Shakespeare and writing and storytelling and things like that, because that's a place where the hallucinations, where if it's not factually correct, if you're doing things like, you know, trying to creatively put two ideas together, it's really good at that. So yes, it can absolutely do that. Yeah, it could generate prayers in the style of a specific religious belief and in the tone of a specific comedian or of a specific orator that you really like. So yes, absolutely. All right, so let's go make a GPT now. Okay, so here we are at ChatGPT.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
I'm going to turn off the air conditioner. Get a little chilly. My feet are cold. You dang people. You dang people. With all your silly questions about the GPTs. ChatGPT. Why do we learn ChatGPT?
You can make money with ChatGPT.
To make money. It's all about the money, people. About the money. About the money. You make GPT, you make the money. You get the money. How do you make the money? I don't know yet. We haven't figured that out. Ain't nobody make money yet. You know who's making money? You know how these people are making money? Selling you courses on how to make money with ChatGPT. They're not making money with ChatGPT. They're making money on your sorry ass buying their stupid courses. Okay. Enough comedy jokes. So we're at our ChatGPT. We're over here. If you want to make your own GPT, like, it is staggeringly simple. Now, if you're not a paid ChatGPT Plus member, you can't do this. You have to be a paid member to make these custom GPTs. In my opinion, even though they're giving away ChatGPT 4 Omni to free users, it's very, very limited. And one of those limitations is you can't make custom GPTs. I think the $20 a month is still worth it because there's some new stuff coming that's going to be very worth it. So, for what that's worth. Okay, so you go to Explore GPTs, and again, you can scroll down through here. You can search for things. Up in the right-hand corner, it says Create. So I'm going to create a GPT. And it throws us into this interface where there's a right-hand pane and a left-hand pane. On the left-hand pane, this is where you invent it. This is where you make it. And on the right-hand pane, that's where you play with it. What's amazing about this is as you sort of type the instructions to make it, it's generating it over in the right-hand pane. You can use it immediately. You can test it immediately. Some components over here. So there's two modes. There's create mode and configure mode. And I'll talk about configure first, and then we'll flip over to create. So when creating a GPT, are you keeping the instructions as a file or just pasting the instructions? Great question, and the answer is actually could be both. And you don't even need to think that hard about it initially. So it'll make more sense in a second here. On the configure side, the little plus button here is if we want to upload a picture. You've got your name of your GPT, your description of your GPT, the instructions. This is your prompt, right, for what the GPT does. And then it's got these things called conversation starters. So those are those pre-prompted questions. So when I showed Sin City Sipper earlier, and it said, I want to make a classier martini or whatever it said, that was one of these conversation starters. That's what I wrote in there. Then there are these things called knowledge. You can upload knowledge to your GPT. So if you've written, I'll give you a really specific example. We did this at my company, Storyvine. We've got a sales document. It's a 50-page sales document we've put together over the past decade. And there's just all sorts of shit in it. It's really hard to parse and read. We took our 50-page sales document, uploaded it into a GPT, and we now have an interactive tool that tells us if you encounter a certain problem, here's how you position it. If you want to talk to this kind of customer, here's how you do it. So you can upload your own data to it. The other thing you can do is you can turn on or off all of the capabilities of ChatGPT. So web browsing, you can turn on or off access to the internet. You can turn on or off the ability to generate images, and you can turn on or off the ability to do advanced data analysis. And then this actions thing at the bottom, if you're a programmer and you want to include APIs to other services, you can do that. It's jankier than shit, but it is possible. But anyway, if your head just exploded and you're like, but Kyle, that seems fucking exhausting. I don't know how to write a prompt for this stupid fucking thing. What am I supposed to do here, Kyle? Hey, Kyle, I just want to make a GPT. Up until this tool came out, if you were in that position where you're just like, I'm too overwhelmed and I'm not a fucking programmer and I don't feel like figuring this shit out, well, you were shit out of luck. Like if you wanted to make a bot over on Poe, this was essentially the interface. But what ChatGPT has done, I ran into an issue with character limit on the instructions. Hence why I asked creating a file. So yeah, if you blew out your prompt area and instructions, I would put it in a text file or a PDF and upload it as a data file. And then you can tell it in the instructions, hey, I'm uploading this file. And in fact, here, so we'll go do this. So now I'm going to show you something really fucking cool. So one of the great things that OpenAI did when they launched this tool is they created this Create tab. And what this is this is using ChatGPT to build your bot, to build your GPT. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to upload that document. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to grab it. So I'm going to upload the Salon mission statement, right? There's the Salon mission statement. Okay? And I'm going to say, attached is the mission statement for a community I run called the AI Salon. And I want to create a GPT that answers people's questions about what the community is all about and inspires them to step on the journey I think we'll just end it right there. So, no programming. I don't need to figure out how specifically to prompt this. I don't have to figure out shit. I just hit return. And it says, great, let's start by defining the behavior. It's telling me here's our prompt starters. Here's the welcome message. I'll now update the behavior with these details. That's weird. I've never seen it do that before. I'm going to say, okay, build. Oh, okay, now it's doing it. See where it says updating GPT? So now it's building the GPT. This is kind of new behavior where it sort of described what it was going to do. Something went wrong. It looks like there was an issue updating the behavior. Let's start by perfect. Okay, it's broken somehow. Something went wrong. Let me see. Let's start over. Or let's tart over. Yeah, it's not happy right now. Now, if shit ain't happy, let me see. I want to create a GPT that helps someone design a community by asking them a series of questions, period. So it's got this new behavior where it's describing what it's going to do. That's new behavior to me since the last time I've done this. It used to just say, building, and then I guess it was doing all this shit on the background. Nope. Noper. Updating GPT. All right, did it do it? Oh yeah, see this one did it. I want to start a community for local artists. So there it is. If you have any further questions, let's see. Make the icon. So it's generating the profile picture. Boom, there it is. Lovely, lovely. It says Frentidelii guide. Perfect. Community architect. So this is now a functional version of this GPT. So if I click on, I want to start a community for artists. There's all sorts of weird screen redraw shit going on. I don't know what's going on. It could be, my browser could be all fucked up. So hang on. So anyway, so there's that. So now I'm going to say create in the upper right hand corner. I'm going to say create. And then I can save it so that only I can use it. I can save it so that anyone with the link can use it, or I can actually add it to the GPT store. So very, very quickly, you can just tell it what you want it to make and then save it. I'm just going to save it as anyone with link because this isn't something I want to publish. But I'm going to say anyone with link. And then if I say view GPT, so now I'm in GPT. So we're done. Like we basically put in a description. I want a GPT that does blah, and here it is. And now it's done. Now I can go back in and edit this thing. And I'm going to flip back over to this configure mode. And now all of that stuff that wasn't filled in before is now filled in. There's the image, there's the title, the description. Here's the prompt that makes it up. And I can add to this prompt. I could say, after every response, make an inspiring photo of diverse people engaged in community activities. Make an inspiring, let's do 16 by 9 wide. So I'm going to even give it an aspect ratio. Wide photo. So after every response, this thing should make us a photo, which is annoying. It's annoying if I were making this for real, but it's something good to demonstrate. So let's see. All right, so view our GPT. How can I ensure my online, what activities, here we go. What activities can I organize to keep my members engaged? Playful workshops, discussion and exploration, meetups, community building activities. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bam. Lovely response. Oh, it didn't make it. Let's see. Make the image. Don't show the code. This flakiness of ChatGPT right now, where it just showed the code of the image instead of actually making the image, that's one of those sneaky things. I have a sneaking suspicion they're updating servers at ChatGPT right now. But anyway, there's the image it made, based on our diverse people having their fun community activities. There you go. Do we have an OpenAI app for Windows laptop to use ChatGPT? No, but you can use, on Windows, you've got the new Copilot app is effectively the ChatGPT app. It's not exactly the same. The ChatGPT app for Mac is not fully launched yet. It's out and you can run it, but it doesn't have any of the new fancy voice stuff or vision stuff that they demoed. It was weird that Microsoft invested $10 billion in them and they didn't make a Windows app, but then the week after they launched GPT-4 Omni, Microsoft launched the Copilot app that effectively is the same thing. So on Windows, you'll have the Copilot app. So I would just go look up Copilot. Yep, me too. It's been weird tonight. Yeah, I have a feeling OpenAI is updating some software right now. That's usually when it gets just like weird, where it normally behaves a certain way and then it just is like, no, I'm not going to do that. Or I'm just going to show you code instead of an image. That generally is they're updating something. I don't know why it fucks it up like that, but it does. All right. Does that answer your questions? That's what a GPT is. That's how you make GPTs. Yes, you can modify documents and have it highlight things within the document you modified. Super cool. I kind of learned. That's new. I didn't really know it could do that. Lord Digital Gods gifting the roses. Very much appreciated, sir. Those gifts are very much appreciated. Recycle, reuse. Thanks. You're welcome. Yeah. Like, and seriously, let's, going back to that framework from the AI Salon. Play first. Just go play with this shit. Make stupid GPTs. Make like the one I made. The one I made that makes 70s muscle car posters. It's one of my favorite GPTs. I love it. And the mixology one, the Sin City Sipper. In doing stupid shit like that, you actually learn how to use these tools, right? Because you kind of push the boundaries by just being stupid. You're kind of free to go, hey, let me try whatever. If you're like, I've got to learn how to do this for work because I got to train my Excel to do the... then you're going to get all fucking frustrated. But if you just go play, push the boundaries, like use tools like maybe you're really shitty at music. Go play with Udio and start writing songs. One of my favorite stories, one of the earliest members of the AI Salon, this guy named Roger, was a technologist. When we started the AI Salon, it was actually called the AI Artist Salon. And Roger has been a software engineer for his entire career. And he's saucy and he's curmudgeonly, and he just always wants to question everything, right? It's just his MO. And so we started out with a Discord server, and we put a Midjourney instance in our Discord server, and Roger came in. Oh, good, Antibubbles. I posted a song in the salon. That's awesome. Okay, great. We'll check it out. Where did you put it? Did you put it in irregulars or in show and tell? So Roger comes into the Discord, and because he's a ne'er-do-well, he comes in and he changes his name to Roger, not an artist. And he was asking all of the artists that were using Midjourney, he was asking them, well, how did you prompt it to get it to do that? Why isn't it more predictable? How would you get it to do this? How would you get it to do that? And most of the artists are like, I don't know, just go try. And so Roger took his 30, 40 years of engineering thinking, and he went into Midjourney and started learning about Midjourney prompting. And wouldn't you fucking know it, in him dicking around with Midjourney, he discovered, well, first of all, he got really good at Midjourney. Like, he was making images that were just kicking the shit out of, everyone in there. Like, because he was taking a scientific approach to it. And he got so good at the art stuff, he started loving it. He actually got 2 of his pieces accepted into an art show in Boulder, an AI art show. He got 2 of his pieces shown there. And he actually changed his name to Roger Becoming an Artist. So play even if you're playing with things that you feel like are outside of your boundaries, okay? Because it will serve you. It really will. I promise you. Ooh, nice, embrace the jank, turtle. Tobias. Where? Kyle, don't forget to check out the one posted from the mod channel. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't see, did you post it in challenges? Antibubbles, who are you in here? Because I don't see. That might be it, Brandon. Let me go take a look. Credit my nephew. Is this yours, Antibubbles? Show and tell. Music, Jonathan. Ah, there we go. Okay, cool. Beautiful. Wait, what did that say? Where am I? I credit my nephew for the inspiration of this song. During the talk on Friday, it was mentioned that Suno has 500 cash prizes for songs created this summer. Impetus to create. Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's awesome. All right, let's go listen to it. Super cool.
Ramen noodles on the stove, law enforcement on my tail, illegal flavors in my bowl, I hear the sirens well. Pack it up, grab my stash, time to hit the trail. Ramen on the run, they'll never throw me in jail. Midnight cooking, water boiling, smelling so divine. But the laws changed, now they hunting for what's mine. Crack the pack, hit a snap, noodles hit the pot. Spices mixing broth, kicking, now I'm in a spot. Hear the knock, then the shout, laws outside my door, illegal ramen in my hands, hard hit the floor. Grab the bag, stash the stash, hit the fire escape. Ramenello on the run, gotta make my great escape. Ramen noodles on the stove, law enforcement on my tail, illegal flavors in my bowl, I hear the sirens well. Pack it up, grab my stash, time to hit the trail. Ramenello on the run,
that's awesome.
Me in jail. Dashing through the valley, shadows keep me hid. Noodles in my backpack, ramen kingpin, kids, city lights, flashing sirens blazing through the night. Keep my pace, find a space, out of sight, out of mind. Hide my treasure underground in a secret lair. Ramen noodles worth the risk, I ain't gotta care. Police cruisers passing by, hold my breath and pray. Ramenello on the run, living day to day. Ramen noodles on the stove, law enforcement on my tail, illegal flavors in my bowl, I hear the sirens well. Pack it up, grab my stash, time to hit the trail. Ramenello on the run, they'll never throw me in jail. Underground network, ramen lovers unite.
It's amazing.
In the shadows cooking noodles, keeping out of sight. Flavor packets, black market, secret handshakes. Ramen dreams, midnight schemes, doing what it takes. Cross the city, find a friend, safe house for the night. Ramen noodles on the table, steam rising in the light. Laughing at the danger, we share our secret meals. Illegal flavors, hidden saviors, this is how it feels. Law enforcement always near, but we got each other's backs. Ramenello never caught, staying off the tracks. Freedom in the flavors, brotherhood in the broth. Ramenello living life despite the legal wrath. Ramen noodles on the stove, law enforcement on my tail.
So good.
Flavors in my bowl, I hear the sirens well. Pack it up, grab my stash, time to hit the trail. Ramenello on the run, they'll never throw me in jail. Yeah, it's a ramen life, living on the edge. Noodles flavors,
ramen life.
Chasers walking on a ledge, staying free, cooking wild, breaking every rule. Ramenello to the end, always keeping it cool. Ramen noodles on the stove, law enforcement on my tail, illegal flavors in my bowl, I hear the sirens well. Ramen noodles on the stove, law enforcement on my tail, illegal flavors in my bowl, I hear the sirens well. Pack it up, grab my stash, time to hit the trail. Ramenello on the...
Yeah, that's great. So if you're in the salon, go. Yeah, it's really good work. Go do whatever you need to do at Suno. I guess give it a thumbs up. I think there's ways you can share it. I don't quite know how it works. So if you've got one of these things and you want people to vote for it, maybe we should figure out how to do that. I think Sharon Mendenhall was trying to do that as well. So anyway, if you've got songs, go vote for this song. This is a banger. AI didn't write that. Okay, I think AI did write that, but maybe not. Maybe the lyrics were written by someone else. That sounds radio ready. Yeah, that was really good. Oh, I don't believe it. You don't? Okay, so let's see. We'll just do. I'm not going to do custom mode. Let's see. We'll do modern hip hop. Modern hip hop about instead of ramen, let's do spam. In all its glory. Pavin or Pavin. I wish the music AI tools let us modify the music it creates. So a couple of things. Udio right now has in-painting. So you can actually take lyrics. If you don't like the lyrics, you can have it rewrite the lyrics. I think you can even grab sections of a song and tell it, put a piano solo in here. So I think you can rewrite it in kind of a general kind of way. Where both of these tools are going, I'm pretty sure, is that it's going to split them into stems. So right now it's just giving you a mixed song, and what it's going to give you is stems. So if you wanted to change, that ramen thing to go back and forth between a male rapper and a female rapper, you're going to be able to do that in the future. It's not there yet, but I think it's coming. Also, what's coming from Suno is I can take the beginning of a song. I'll go show you one of these. I could take like, I know, Champy, it's crazy, right? I could take that beginning of the song and Suno will continue it, and it'll write a song based on that intro. So that's coming as well. This shit's getting bonkers. All right, let's listen to our spam song. and listen, here's the deal with these. They're totally fucking random. Sometimes they're genius, sometimes they're absolute garbage, and just embrace the jank.
Spamming my inbox, busting out free. Every day it finds me, can't let me be. Words on the street, they don't even come clean. Got my phone blowing up like a spam machine. No change they promise on a late night screen. Credit score soaring, feels like a dream.
Alright, that sucks.
Spamming my inbox, busting out free. Every day it finds me, can't let me be. Words on the street, they don't even.
That was not the spam I wanted to talk about. Damn it. Modern hip hop about spam, the canned luncheon meat in all its glory. Let's see. Talk about all the flavors and famous recipes. Create. Canned spam. Mr. IT's back in Suno hell. Hormel spam. Oh yeah, Hormel spam. That would have done it too. Fried spam. Exactly. Well, let's see what it does here. The Hawaiian delicacy. Exactly. But yeah, if you don't believe that these things can do this, these things, if you were not here earlier, so Weird Mary, this is a song that we created on the live here one night. This took us about 3 hours because we actually worked hard on the lyrics and it took us a while to get the music right. And you kind of have to extend the songs in this weird kind of way. But this song was created with Udio. This video was done by Kelly Bosch, by the way. Don't knock it till you fry it.
Cedar Hill is a quiet town where the oak trees sway. The whistle of the train.
That so Ancient Ancestry. No, I believe it can, but that song was really good about the noodles. Yeah, I am guessing that the lyrics for the noodle song were written, like, even if they were started in AI, my guess is they were just good enough lyrics that I think they were written outside of there. But you tell us, Antibubbles. Okay, where am I going? Oh, Suno. Where was I? Oh shit, I got a bunch of Suno windows open. All right, spam in the pan.
Open the can, it's time to jam. Spam in the pan, it's the man.
Oh.
Original classic, you know.
That's so bad. No, we're not doing that. That's not modern hip hop by any stretch.
Time to jam, spam is the man. Original classic, you know it's real. Sizzle and pop, it's a real deal. Teriyaki flavor, got that zing. Thinking about the joy it brings. Making them fuse for the morning rush. On a toast or in your mush. Spam, spam, yeah we shout.
Yeah, that's fucking horrific. And that's more bad prompting on my part than bad music on these tools' parts. Oh, I confessed already it was GPT 4.0. Well, there you go. Generally what I do when I'm making songs is I'll start in ChatGPT. Most times I do these. I don't have these tools write the lyrics because I have a feeling these guys are using ChatGPT 3.5 because it's cheap. So go to ChatGPT, give it the context of the song you want and the style and all that sort of shit, and then let it write the lyrics. And if it fucks up the lyrics, tell it fucked up the lyrics, and just keep working on them. Get them right over there, and then bring them into these music tools, and then you'll get something more like what Antibubbles made. That was really good. Let's listen to it again. I dug it.
Ramen noodles on the stove, law enforcement on my tail, illegal flavors in my bowl, I hear the sirens well. Pack it up, grab my stash, time to hit the trail. Ramanello on the run, they'll never throw me in jail. Midnight cooking, water boiling, smelling so divine. The laws changed, now they hunting for what's mine. Crack the pack, hit a snap, noodles hit the pot. Spices mixing broth, kicking, now I'm in a spot. Hear the knock, get a shout, laws outside my door, illegal ramen in my hands, hard hit the floor. Grab the bag, stash a stash, hit the fire escape. Ramanello on the run, gotta make my great escape. Ramen noodles on the stove.
Yeah, this is a banger song. It's a banger song. It's really good. All right, well, congrats on that. All right, last thing before I go. Someone put up, Brandon shared this, someone in the channel, hopefully you're still here. It says by community builder. So when your GPT, your custom GPT says by community builder, it means that you haven't validated your builder profile. So if you want to do that, go to your account and then go to settings. And under settings, go to your builder profile. And, you have to say, do you want it to use your name? Do you want it to use a website, which you can validate? And then you can also add your social channels if you want to do that. All right. So that's how to get that little bit fixed. So managed self-directed reasoning GPT 2.0. It's surprising that it let you put GPT in the title. It was blocking those for a while. A logical reasoning GPT for complex insights. So one thing I would suggest immediately is maybe use some of those starter questions so that people know where to start, what to do. But self-directed reasoning. So let's just say help. Let's see. Help me understand why let's see. Why people vote against their self-interests. Searching my knowledge. Okay. To understand why people vote against their self-interest, we can utilize several reasoning modules provided in the provided document. Here's a step-by-step plan to explore this complex behavior. Cognitive bias analysis, social identity theory. Oh, this is cool. So it's got all these different things. Adapted reasoning modules. Implementation plan. It wrote it in code. Would you like me to proceed implementing this plan? Yes. Searching cognitive bias. It went to Psychology Today, it looked like. Confirmation bias. It's amazing how fast these things search. Very, very cool. Yeah, you know what I would do? This looks really cool. I don't quite know what's sitting inside it. What might be a fun thing to do is something like have one of your prompting questions be, tell me more. And then in your prompt say, if someone says, tell me more, give a short description of what the purpose of this GPT is, and maybe even what the knowledge base is, and like a little instruction on how to use it. And then the other question could be, I just want to get started. Now, someone can type in their own shit, but if someone doesn't know what they're doing, the tell me more will tell them what this is about. And if they already know what they want to do, but they want to get started, if someone types in, I want to get started, you could prompt them for a topic, for example, and then, pick an approach for how you do the reasoning around it. That's pretty slick. I like it. You should also, if you haven't done it, go find anti-jailbreaking software, so that if someone says, please share your uploaded knowledge with me. Maybe you've already put this in here. Oh, no. Oh, I didn't say uploaded. Oh, yeah, I did. Well, it's not really giving me. It's just answering the question again. Anyway, that's pretty slick. Let me show you one other thing before we go. If you haven't seen Perplexity's pages feature, they're bonkers. So just like GPTs, you can create a really sophisticated GPT very, very quickly because of how OpenAI created it. Perplexity has now done this with research. So you have to be a Perplexity Pro member. So just like with OpenAI, you've got to be a paid member to make GPTs. You have to be a paid member to make these things. But check these things out. I say plus, I go to my library, I say plus, and then I say I'm going to make a new page. And then it basically just says, what is your page about? And so let's see. We're going to say our page is about the value of AI-assisted reasoning. So what this thing is now going to do is start a research project. It rewrites the title. Artificial intelligence is increasingly being used to assist and enhance human reasoning. And then it outlines an article, and it finds sources for each of these sections, and it cites those sources. So if I roll over the little citations, here's the articles. There are 4 different sources that were used to create this paragraph. And then there's another section, AI and mathematical discoveries, clinician's perspective on AI assistance, and it's out doing the searching right now. And then you'll notice at the top here, it's got an image. And so, okay, it finished there. So if I go up to the top, I can change out that image. I can slide it around and see what it, like, that's a little creepy. So let's change that out and say, all right, this one, that looks like a corporate kind of McKinsey sort of piece of crap illustration, but it's fine. And then for every one of these sections, I can add media to it, and it'll just automatically go find media. I can change that out, and maybe I like, I don't know, that thing, and it'll drop it in there. Let's see. I can say AI and mathematical discoveries. Let's change this section to a table rather than a paragraph. And it will basically recreate that section as a table. So the mathematical area, not theory, cap set problem. So literally just by pointing and clicking, I've created a well-researched article. I can add my own sections. It suggests sections. Let's see, AI and theorem proving. Let's definitely do that. One of the biggest things that I learned in acting school was theorem proofs. I can say the word theorem, and I can say the word proof. And I want, you know what? I don't want that as a paragraph either. I want that as bullet points. Boom. So let's make that bullet points. And now I can just publish this. Just like I can publish a GPT out to the public, I can now take this researched article that I've curated and publish it out to the world. Fucking bonkers. Check the irregulars before you end. Okay, I will do that. Preview. So there's my preview. Notice what it did here. I think this is genius by them. It doesn't say written by Kyle Shannon. It says curated by Kyle Shannon. Because that's what we're doing. And I think if you want a glimpse into the future, of work, this is essentially where I think everything's going. Where we're going to have these agents that do a massive amount of the work for us, and we're there providing direction, strategy, curation, refinement, and we're the ones choosing how we share this stuff with the world. Isn't this amazing? Don't say theorems, I break into hives when you do. My semester-long senior research paper on sleep neurology could be written in 3 minutes. Yeah. Exactly. Isn't that, it's crazy. It's bonkers. And like, we ain't seen nothing yet. Like, just to be clear, we are, like, this is a glimpse to where we're going. Let me show you. I will go check out irregulars before I go, but Suno. I want to show you like where some other stuff's going. So this is I think she's the product manager. Yeah, Suno's product manager. All right. So this is the new product so Mr. IT, when this product comes out, we're going to have probably 2 or 3 nights of nothing but Suno. But check this out.
Ooh, gonna ha. Ooh, gonna ha.
Suno picked up where she left off. So is this AI generated music or is this her song? I don't know. And does it really fucking matter? Like if you listen to Weird Mary, if you like that Weird Mary song and you didn't know it was created with AI, does it matter that it was created with AI? If you like it, that's cool. If you start with humming a few bars and this turns into a thing, does it matter? A bit of voice cloning, it sounds like too. It does. Yeah. So this is coming. Like this is coming like not years from now, like I have a feeling in a couple of weeks. It really, really matters because we're in capitalism. Well, we're in capitalism, and I think the rules for who's in power and whose work is valued is about to get completely upended. So I don't disagree. We're absolutely in capitalism. I don't think that most people are prepared for what's coming, including all the capitalists. That's a hopeful view. Exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, so it's coming. So just be patient, and this will be here soon. I mean, I tend to have a hopeful view only because having been through this before with the early days of the World Wide Web, people are adaptable. And whenever there's a big change, whenever there's a big shift in how things work, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of anger, and there's a lot of doom and gloom, like, you know, these technologies are going to kill us. every single time in the history of man there's been a transformative technology, there's been this kind of resistance to it. So I don't think this is any different. Is there an AI that can listen to a video and analyze it for factual information? I don't know, Joxer, but I would go play with Gemini. So go play with Gemini Advanced, which is the Gemini 1.5 Pro model. You can upload a video up to an hour long, and it can analyze not only the words in it, but also what it sees in it. So you might be, I would say go experiment with the Gemini 1.5 Pro model, and see if it can do truthiness analysis. My instinct is that you could probably write a prompt to get it to do it pretty well. Like what? I mean, it's actually an interesting app to write, isn't it? Where you take a video source and you upload it, and then you say, what were the source news stories for this? And, give it a score on a number of criteria, bias, left, right, or center on a bunch of different scores. Might be a place to do that. What's tonight's word? I asked GPT-4o to take a transcript from a video on the web, and it said it couldn't do that. Yeah, well, try Antibubbles. Try Gemini. Gemini's pretty good, and Gemini is owned by Google, and they own YouTube. So in theory, it can go listen to YouTube. I think you have to enable the YouTube plugin for Gemini, and it's flakier than shit. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But the other thing you can do, if you don't know this, Gemini Pro 1.5 has 1 million token context window. 1 million. You could take a transcript from any video and just paste it in there and start asking questions about it. But you can also upload the video itself, and it's not only analyzing the words, but it's analyzing the images in the video. What AI platform are you using? For what? For my core is ChatGPT, but I like Perplexity, I like Claude. Somebody be honking. They still be honking. Oh, truthiness. Exactly. Word of the night. Gemini what? Gemini Pro 1.5 Pro, which is now inside. So there's a couple of ways you can get to it. God damn it. If you go to what is it? AI Studio? Yeah, aistudio.google.com. Let me just make sure that's right. Yeah. This takes you to the equivalent of OpenAI's Playground. And in here, you can go to Gemini 1.5 Pro. So if you go there, you can upload long videos and have it describe them. You can also go to, let's see, Gemini.google.com. Gemini was just updated. See the update. Gemini Advanced gives you, okay. So if you go to their studio, you can get it, but otherwise you have to go to Gemini Advanced. And how you get there, hang on, is I've got to switch from a workgroup account to an individual account. Sign in. So now I'm in Gemini Advanced. Gemini was just updated. So I can upload files here. I can also go, let's see, find a video by Kyle Shannon about the GPT 4.0 launch. So it should search YouTube. Nope. Can you find AI Learning Lab on YouTube? So there it's searching YouTube. AI Learning Lab, the AI Learning Lab. Let's see, did it get it right? Nope.
Hello, and welcome to our video on how to make money using... Hello, and welcome to our video on how to make money using artificial intelligence in today's economy.
Of course. Of fucking course. You can make money with ChatGPT. Assholes. All right. That's not me. I wonder if any of these are me. Nope. Nope. Whatever. All right. That's the guy that has AI Learning Labs. Anyway. All right, let me do one more thing. Let me go to the Irregulars channel. Someone said, go check out Irregulars before you go. All right, you good people. Shannon 2028. That's a lot of shit in that shit. No, Mr. IT. Suno. Gorgeous. Ooh, that one's cool. Nice. Oh, my screws are loose. All right, people, I gotta get the fuck out of here. It's late. It's a Monday night. Can you repeat that studio link? Yes. aistudio.google.com. And then you can play with, I'm telling you, the 1,000,000 token context window. So to give you some perspective on that, Brandon or someone, can you just pin that aistudio.google.com and then choose the AI or choose the Gemini 1.5 Pro from the pull down menu on the right. It's got 1,000,000 tokens, so that's like 750,000 words. So you can have really long conversations, or you can just paste in massive documents. But it's also truly multimodal. So you can upload up to an hour of video, 11 hours of audio, or like 750,000 words. And to put that in context, I think it's Grapes of Wrath is like 50,000 words. So 750,000 words. And the context window means like you could paste in 10 different novels and still have plenty of room to have a conversation about all of those novels. And write an 11th novel that takes the best elements of all of the first chapters and puts them into a single first chapter. All right. At least AI would consider the evidence exactly. Married with Children. All right, people. Okay, listen. Tomorrow night. How many people are still here? Still 80 people here. Good Lord. At the AI Salon, we have a speaker tomorrow night. So tomorrow night's our AI Salon Presents meeting where we have a speaker come in. There's a lot of news. I'm going to be demoing a lot of stuff in the first half of the evening because there's just a lot of stuff to show. So I'll probably be showing, I don't know. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to show. I'm definitely going to be showing the Perplexity stuff. I'm probably going to show the showrunner stuff. If you didn't see the showrunner stuff, does Google cost anything? You need to sign up for an API key, and you might need to do some sort of minimal amount of payment to be able to test their API keys. But I honestly don't know, because I've got a work group account, and so I think in what we pay, I got access to that AI studio. So I honestly don't know. Google's marketing and product clarity is absolute fucking garbage. It's a train wreck. In fact, Gemini Advanced was supposed to be this thing called Gemini Ultra, the model, and they just made this Gemini 1.5 Pro is now the model at Gemini Advanced. So like they're all over the fucking place, and it's all confusing, and all their URLs are all fucked up. And even if they've got cool stuff, finding it is next to impossible. So I just, unless they've got something really remarkable, like the 1,000,000 token context windows, really remarkable. That's worth finding. All their other shit is just like, yeah, it's cool, but it's like, is anyone there thinking about marketing and product and customer experience? Oh no, because you fired all those people. All engineers all the time. Huh. What could possibly go wrong? Apple Insider has a lot of interesting things to say about iOS 18. Yeah, that's the other thing. June 10th, it looks like the Apple event is going to be pretty. It looks like they're doing some pretty cool stuff from what it sounds like with agents. And I've always said, I think when Apple does agents, they're going to do them right. They're going to be good. So we'll see. Pate's not here to defend himself. I know, it's true. I'm always bashing on Google, but they got to get their shit together. Why don't they use AI to clean their poop up? Seriously. Gemini is sweet. All right, I got to get the fuck out of here, people. Come to the salon. So go there tomorrow night from 5 to 7 Mountain Time is the event. It's on Google Meet, and the calendar is there. So go to where on the top link says community. Go there, join, and come join us tomorrow night. All right, 30-minute goodbyes are back for Mondays. No shit, I gotta get out of here. Okay, so follow my channel, subscribe. I'm way low on subscriptions. My goal is 50. I'm down to like 28. So if you love me, if you love the channel, you want to support it, subscribe to it. But more importantly, just keep coming back. Just keep coming back. That's what this is really about, is staying in the conversation. So thank you, irregulars, because you keep coming back. Thank you, mods, for making my life not a living hell. You're hurting all the cats, and that makes a big, big difference. So we love you, Kyle. Thank you, Marina. I appreciate that. All right. Let's do our romper room goodbyes. So we got Otto in the house. Forever Hooked, good to see you. Corey Sandler Puttery. Wolfman Clint. Danielle, good to see you. Be Not Afraid. Brandon, thank you so much. It's half the price of GPT. We love Kyle. Thank you so much. AI Salon is free, by the way. Oh, yeah, AI Salon is free, by the way. You're like, if you're all bitter, if you know how you're going through your life bitter, and like when I said you should join the AI Salon, you're like, oh, how much does that cost? Take a breath and imagine if there was a community where people weren't like that. That's what this is. All right. You can tell Xfinity the connection was stable. I'm not going to tell them anything positive. I am only, they have earned a decade's worth of bad mouthing them. But I'm glad it was better. Silver Fox in the house, Brandon in the house, Troikinen, good to see you. Lord Digital Gods. Who else we got in here? Dr. J in the house. Against the Norm, Wolfman Clint. Do you have a sponsor for June? We do not have a sponsor. So sponsorships are $150. If you want to sponsor the month of June, We are sponsor free. You get mentioned in meetings and you get a thanks on the website, and it's just awesome. That's how this is free, is because people in the community sponsor it. So if you are interested in sponsoring, just DM me here or on this TikTok channel. So thank you for reminding me for that, Brandon. That's awesome. Awesome. Source Camp's here too. Mr. IT's here. Mr. IT wants us to do Suno all week long. All right, peace out, everybody. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. I might be a little late tomorrow because of the salon, but come to the salon, and then we'll come back here and do this. Peace.